Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, welcome, Miss Lady. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. How has your week been? Your weekend?
Oh, good.
No, no.
Quiet, but good.
Yeah. So how was it in San Francisco? I think that where you was at, right?
yes. I was in San Francisco.
Okay. How was it? I mean, I've never been there. Tell the listeners about it.
It's interesting out there. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Very.
like when I was out there, like the weather was like very, very cold.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, like people have like this idea of California as like 100% sunny and like warm and like good weather, but San Francisco like very chilly.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that it was kind of cold and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So was you out there for shoots? Of course, the normal work.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So who did you shoot with?
I shot with El Ray. He's a photographer and
Okay.
content creator based in San Francisco.
Okay. Shouts out to him.
Yes, definitely. um, yeah. So yeah, I had a shoot with him, and the photos came out very well.
Hmm.
Um, he's very great. He's great. He's very professional.
Okay.
Uh,
Good.
yeah. um. I wasn't able to work with him I wasn't able to work with him the second time, but like the next
Hmm.
time I go to San Francisco, I'll definitely work with him. He's very good.
That's good. That's good. So we're about to get deep into this interview in a second. First, I gotta do my normal.
Yeah.
So, hey, how you doing out there, listeners on Spotify, on Anchor, wherever you listening to it? Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. Brought
Hmm.
Anchor app, the perfect app for anybody that's trying to start their own podcast. All you got to do is download it on your phone or go to Anchor.fm, get a profile. Go ahead, set up your distribution where you can be heard on multiple. Start podcasting like I am today. Best way to start your podcast career, especially if you're fresh off the boat.
Oh yeah.
Is also, I am your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the porn rap star. As the name say, I do music, I do porn. So if you want to find my porn, where I have plenty of discounts for many of my fans, so it won't break your pockets. You want to hear my music, new tracks that I'm dropping every month. Follow me on social media. Go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star to find me everywhere on the net. This podcast is sponsored by the Facebook of the LS community. We're talking about lsworld.com. Go there, get yourself a profile, interact with other people that have the same kinks as you and same freaky natures as you. Also,
Yeah.
you can find events in your area through there. So go to lsworld.com and get your kink on. Also, we're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. So go to Shop GW District today and listen to me and 14 other great black podcasts. And while you're there, I got a secret for you. There's over 1,000 black sellers. That's right. You can actually support black businesses through this site. You can buy health products. You can buy fashion. You can buy beauty products, books, whatever you need, they got you covered. And it's all black people you're buying from. So go to shopgwdistrict.com, buy black, support black businesses, build the black economy so we can create generational wealth like that of the white folk. And
Yeah.
now with that being said, I'm about to step out the way and let this beautiful lady who I've worked with, and one of the best I ever worked with,
Yeah.
introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Madeleine Rose. Uh, yes, I worked with the porn rap star back in 2019,
Yes, yes, yes.
and yes, yes, I was down in Durham, North Carolina.
Hmm.
Um, that's one of my best shoots.
Yeah, we,
uh,
we had a ball that
yeah.
weekend.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
And I will be bringing her back, people. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I shot him back in November 2019, before
Yeah.
this whole COVID-19 like thing happened,
Hmm.
and yeah, like man, like he's on a whole nother level.
Thank you, thank you. See, I don't get to hear that too often. I don't get nobody toot my horn for me. You feel me?
Yeah,
So since then, a lot has happened since we last hooked up. And
yeah,
one of the things was you changed your name because originally you was known as Vivienne Burnham, and now
right.
you Madeleine Rose. Why did you do the name change?
Well, the thing is that like when I first like started in the industry, like you know, basically like Vivienne Burnham, it was just
Hmm.
something like throw away.
Hmm.
Um, I basically like, just was a throwaway like name that I used, for my adult work.
Hmm.
And so I mean that was good for like a couple of years,
Yep.
but then like COVID-19 happened, and I decided to like, be more serious about my work and rebrand.
Hmm.
So I picked a name that I thought was more like feminine and sexy and that sort of thing. So here you
Hmm.
go, Marilyn Rose.
Yeah. And why did you pick that name? Where did you get that name from?
Madeline, unusual. It's like weird. Like you don't see that many like adult film actresses named Madeline.
Yeah.
So I like to be unique. So I chose that name, and yeah. So I chose Madeline and also Rose because like you know
Hmm.
um that's another name that I happen to like. So
Hmm. No doubt. So, with the name change, how did your fans react to the name change?
actually, it's actually I got a lot of like good feedback on it.
Hmm.
Um, I had people say like, "Oh, your name sounds sexier and sounds
Hmm.
posher now," So
Okay, okay, no doubt. So
yeah,
normally they tell you not to change your name. You
right.
because for whatever various reasons. But with you, you changed your name, and did you think it kind of helped your career more with the name change because it gave it a different feel?
Yeah, I feel like the name change is more my personality.
Hmm. Okay,
So
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. So now, with that being said, how did you start the business? What got you into the adult film business?
Hmm. Like I've basically been a fan of porn since I was a teenager, and
Hmm.
uh, I, basically been like, sort of like fangirl about of the industry, and
Hmm.
I, sort of like thought about getting into the industry for like a long time,
Hmm.
and in 2015 I moved from New York City to upstate New York,
Okay.
and I decided to like since I made a new change and
Hmm.
moved to a new location, like to start like you know getting more involved in what I was interested in.
Hmm. Okay. So, who was your first shoot? How did you get the first shoot, and how did it go?
Let me see. I shot actually my first big shoot, which was Rick Nasty.
Okay.
Yeah. So I shot for his website called I'm sort of like stuttering. Subs. Yeah. Subs. That's yeah. Shot from one of his websites.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Rick Nasty is a legend up there in New York. So go ahead
Yeah.
and finish. Yeah, how did the shoot go? And tell me what happened with the shoot. How'd it go?
I was like very awkward because this is my very first shoot, but
Mm-hmm.
like actually it went very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have people like contact me years later saying like, "Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
remember you on that shoot, and you were absolutely great." So
Okay.
yeah.
So with that first shoot, right?
Hmm?
Um, of course I know you was nervous or what have you.
Yeah.
What was your mind state walking into that shoot? And then when you got in the midst of the shoot, how did your mind state change?
I mean, when I got into the shoot, I was nervous, but once I got into the rhythm and put on my persona, like it went well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that persona. I know you put it on him because you put it on me when we shot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She gives a very sloppy blowjob, ladies and gentlemen. Very sloppy. One of the sloppiest in the business I ever had. So,
Hmm.
with that being said, you being an experienced talent, I always talk about pre-care. So, what people can understand the first time listening, pre-care is the things that producers and talent does when it comes to the female to help her relax, become more confident, more
Yeah.
comfortable before the shoot. So when she do the shoot, it's a go. What's some of
Right.
the things that male talent producers can do to help you relax, get you in the mood, get your mind right when you do about to do a shoot?
Like I'm not really into like alcohol or weed, but
Okay.
yeah, but like I like to like get into like funny conversations and
Mm-hmm.
like talk about sex, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I also like to like eat. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I'm like feed me something good and
Give you
let's
some
talk
good
about
combo.
something good. Yeah, yeah.
Most definitely. So when you like look to work with male talent, the different male talents you have to work with, what is the qualification that you want a male talent to have when he walk in the door?
First of all, he has to know how to fuck.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. Good hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody who's very professional.
Okay.
Um, somebody who uh is respectful and
Mm-hmm.
not disrespectful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. True, true.
um, yeah. Um, what else?
Does he
Yeah, about that.
have to be? Here's the question that I want to get to.
Right.
Him having, does he need to be somewhat heading to the level that you went on the parent point in, meaning that he has a site, he has done it before. Certain qualifications versus dealing with someone straight out the box. You get what I'm coming from? So when
Oh,
they kind of hit you up, what qualifications do you look for to say, I'll work with it?
if the guy like is new to the industry, like I want to know that he knows what he knows what the procedures of the industry is. Like he knows about testing and he knows about like different websites and he has corresponded with different people in the industry and that sort of thing. That he's just not some guy like on Pornhub who just like films stuff with his iPhone. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, because I see that, which I'm glad you spoke to that, is that you have a lot of guys that break into the business, they use the
right,
cell phone, what have you, but they're not experienced in the business.
right.
So when you work with someone that experienced the business, how did that make the scene better versus dealing with someone that's not experienced?
The fact that well, the first thing with somebody who's experienced is that like the fact that they're not using an iPhone, which
Is
is
it
really
true?
good. Yes, like they actually use actual cameras,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and yeah, like yeah, that does make the whole scene look better.
Hmm.
Uh, the fact that he knows about lights,
Hmm.
and he knows that scenes 100% better with lights.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's kind of funny, like you sound about like me. I cringe when I see people use a phone.
What you say?
Maybe I cringe when I see people use a phone to film,
Right.
because to me it's kind of like, how can I put this? Because I guess because we were bred a certain way when you step in this game as far as professionalism,
Yeah.
to me kind of hurts the business. Can you explain how it kind of hurts the business when these guys are using cell phones and how it kind of brings the business down some?
I think it does. Yeah, it just makes it look very cheap and amateurish, which is like, some people like that look, but like that look is not gonna benefit you in the long run if you want a career in industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because people don't realize that the more professional shit look, the more people are going to buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And because they want that look, because it makes them feel it's worth the pay versus I'm looking at you doing some shit you do with your boyfriend that you do every fucking day. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so with this being said, do you think that the game has become too easy for people to get in, and why is that?
I have mixed feelings. On the one hand, I do feel it's a bit too easy because um like people like have this mentality of making a quick buck
Mm-hmm.
instead of thinking about long term, which
Mm-hmm.
is not good because yeah, there is sort of a stigma still to sex work, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
True.
that could bite you in the ass in the long run.
Yeah. True.
But at the same time, the fact that there's people from so many different backgrounds who are content creators, and a lot of these people are creating really good stuff, and you see a lot of creativity that you haven't seen before. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because to me, I think that's the one thing that hurts the business. Is that when it's too easy to get in, the quality
Right.
does go down, and it hurts
Yeah.
the business on a whole. Um. Now, also, what somebody wants you to speak to is marketing. Now, I noticed that you make a point to brand yourself and market yourself. So,
Right.
how did you come away with branding yourself, and how did you come up with marketing, and how do you market yourself?
Um, branding myself. It's pretty simple. Um, I have my logo. I have my website, which is Madeleine Rose
Mm-hmm.
dot XYZ, which is
Mm-hmm.
my official website.
Mm-hmm.
And with branding, I feel like by having that logo and having that official website, that people take you more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and being seen as legitimate and being seen serious is very important.
Mm-hmm. And why is that important? So people can understand.
Because being in the industry is like being in any other industry. Like people want to see somebody who's serious about being in the industry for long term.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
And
people want something to follow.
yeah. Oh, what you said?
No, I said people want something to follow. They want a journey to follow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. So, who is some of the talent that you have worked with? 'Cause I see you work with both women as well as men.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? How important is it to network and collaborate with other talent when it comes to this business?
I think it's extremely important
Mm-hmm.
because basically you're only as good as your last shoot, and the more variety of shoots you do and the more variety of talent you work with is the better.
Yeah. And two, I want you to speak to the variety, because a lot of girls don't understand what variety is. Like to them, they
Right.
thinking me doing solo videos, doing different outfits is variety, but they don't understand it's still the same genre and still the same type video. Can you please
Right.
speak what variety is and why it's important in this business and how it makes you more money?
Being like variety and being versatile will make you a lot more money than somebody who just does like solo videos from like beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's be blunt, like, in this industry, like the fans want to see you like take dick and want to see you take dick in like a variety of ways. That's just
Mm-hmm.
reality.
True.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, like if you look at like the famous like porn stars out there, uh
Mm-hmm.
they have done like a huge variety of shoots. Like they've done
Yeah.
everything from like solo to threesomes and gangbangs. Uh
Mm-hmm.
they have done everything from like like the very vanilla stuff to the very hardcore BDSM stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep it fresh.
Yeah. Because like I said, when I sit back and look, even with you, you give me boy, girl, you give me girl, girl. And I
Right.
always said the girls that do it all make the most money.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned you have multiple sites. Now, a lot of girls are stuck on just having OnlyFans. Please explain to them how that is not a good business plan just to have OnlyFans. And
Uh,
explain why.
the thing is that like it's in general it's not good to depend on just one site because like you never know what can happen to OnlyFans. So you need to
True.
like keep up with different sites and have a presence in different sites and you need multiple streams of income coming in.
Mm, most definitely. Because even like to give an example,
Right.
there was a site called Rude that was booming. It was one of the Godfathers.
Right.
And just recently, like a year prior to it getting shut down, got myself finally an account to be a creator. And it was
Right.
doing pretty good. Then
Yeah,
eventually it
Rude. I
shut
remember.
down.
Yeah, I got shut down.
Yeah. So so imagine if somebody just had a rude and then it shut down the next day, they fucked.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So with your kinks or what have you, what kinks are you in? Like because like I said, I know one of the things that you're definitely known for is blowjob.
Yeah, definitely.
Period. Um, speak to how you enjoy the sex when you're filming. Because a lot of people always wonder, are we faking it? Are we real? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Speak to that.
I mean, I definitely enjoy it. Like I feel like if you really don't enjoy like doing the sex, then it's
Mm,
gonna show in your scene, and you can't fake that,
true, true. So to you, what is the most important thing a person must understand when they step into this business?
That is a business like any other business,
Hmm.
and yeah, like you have to keep up with like the different stuff going on in business.
Hmm.
You have to learn about branding and marketing, and you must be professional. Um,
Hmm.
you must treat other people with respect. Like any other business.
Yeah, true, true. So now, being that you're a sex worker, we're
Yeah,
gonna get off the point and go to sex worker. Manhattan, I had to ask you about Manhattan.
yeah, man,
Manhattan
yeah,
has now decided they don't want to prosecute escorts anymore. Let's just be honest. They basically practically made it legal in Manhattan.
yeah. I
Since you've
know.
been there, have you seen a change in any way of how things been flowing on the sex worker side of things in Manhattan? 'Cause I'm pretty sure more girls are coming up there now.
Uh, like, let me think. Um, hmm. I haven't like worked that much in Manhattan, but
Hmm.
I mean, the fact that they're not prosecuting escorts in Manhattan, like, that is definitely going to attract more people to that particular borough.
Hmm. Hmm. So you being a sex worker, how did this benefit you? So you can explain to
Um,
everybody.
I mean, it benefits me because like I won't be prosecuted like in Manhattan, I guess. but but it is weird because like I don't know, like I haven't like face any like legal stuff yet or
Yeah,
whatever, but yeah, that is pretty good though, you know?
yeah, because it seems like the sex trade has become more normalized
Yeah.
in many ways. And can you speak to the normalization of the sex game and how it is happening? It happen from your point of view.
Well, yeah, I think it just happens. It just takes time. I just think it happens with time going on because like when porn first came out like in the late 60s, early 70s, like
Yeah.
it was like very like out there, very like new, and like a lot of people like didn't understand it, and it was considered very out there stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then like as the decades went by and like more people watched it, and then a new generation watched it, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's like 50 years out, and now you have like young people, like people in their
Mm-hmm.
teens and 20s, who know nothing but like porn internet and like porn of every variety. And so for these young people, like stuff like Pornhub and OnlyFans is completely normal. And as time gets by, it's gonna become even more normal. So
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like I was telling somebody on another podcast I was doing an interview. I
right,
said we went from DVD, video VHS to DVDs to now it's completely online.
right,
Which a lot of the porn companies are now disappearing because they can't make the switch. They don't
right.
know how to. So it like you say, it's important to keep up with what this business is doing. So with
Right.
you, how do you keep up with it? Give people some,
Um,
so how to
I
keep
mean,
around the
I'm,
business and
I
how
mean,
to change it.
I'm constantly on social media, networking with people. I read, the AVN. I read XBiz.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just constantly like reading up on industry.
Mm-hmm. That's
Um,
the best way to be.
yeah, like I'm learning about Twitter, which is like a Twitter for sex workers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, you mentioned another website for sex workers.
Mm-hmm.
I learn new stuff every day, so
Mm-hmm.
it's great to keep up with the trends in the industry.
Oh yeah. Because I think the thing about it is part of this business is that you have to be able to keep up with it.
Oh yeah,
Um, because if you don't, you're gonna get left behind.
oh definitely.
Because even to the point that now we're seeing NFTs are being implemented into the business now.
What's that?
Period. Oh, you never. Oh, NFTs, they're non-fungible tokens, and it enables you to let's say you take one of your videos, right? The first video you
Right.
did, and you put it up, and you can sell it, and people bid for it,
Oh
and
yeah.
you can set it up to where you continue to get royalties every time when they sell it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
A lot, like just look it up. NFTs, the art community been using it, and plus a bunch of rap artists has used it to sell their music, their masters, what have you. And there've been a couple of
That's
porn
nice.
companies that do the NFTs. But yeah, that's just one thing, period, that technology is heading towards.
Oh
Now
definitely.
the other thing I wanted to speak to is the misconceptions that we get as porn stars, from our love life to our relationships. What's some of the misconceptions that you run into since you've been in this business?
I mean, I haven't run into that many misconceptions, but like, I do think there are people who still have like an old-fashioned view of like sex workers.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Go
they
ahead.
have this mentality that we're all like, these desperate, like barely legal girls who like come from like dysfunctional families, and like we have a
Yeah.
pimp and that sort of thing. Yeah, like old-fashioned, outdated terms.
And see, what's crazy is that to me, what I find interesting with that
Right.
is that I, I guess the reasoning why they got that thought process is because of the images. To me, I felt that society wanted to keep porn taboo, So they put those type shits out there to keep it taboo for
Right.
whatever reason might have been.
Right.
And just like with escorting, the reason why escorting was illegal was because of moral shit.
Yeah, like
Period.
we thought that all like sex workers were like these like 18-year-old girls from like dysfunctional families who are being exploited, and and
Yeah.
as time gets by, it turns out that that's not really the whole picture.
No, no, it's not. Because if you had a drug habit, the game didn't make you have a drug habit. You had a drug habit before you walked in the game. It's
Yeah,
just the
definitely.
money enabled you to do more of it.
Right, it's
You
true.
know, and it's funny how they think y'all single. They think that y'all want to have sex all the time. They don't think y'all have normal life. They all have a
Right.
work job. Period. Go ahead and speak some more on that, baby.
Like I currently have a boyfriend, and I also have a day job. Yeah, I do have a vanilla job,
Mm-hmm.
and it's weird like how you know people think that that because you have sex on screen that you can't read books, and uh you
Yeah.
can't do this. It was weird.
Yeah, or even have a love life. Um,
Yeah.
we speak about that love life. How do your significant other handle you doing this business?
He's pretty cool about it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a grad student and everything, and he's also into the same sort of lifestyle.
Hmm.
He's also a sex worker, so
Okay.
it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, I think, does it help that he's in the business too? Do you think that helps you a lot to get that support and to get that okay? Because him being in the business allows him to understand it more.
Yeah, I think so. I think the fact that I'm sorry. I think the fact that he's also in the business, and also that he's in grad school studying psychology
Hmm.
and studying human sexuality and that sort of thing is a very important thing.
Hmm. Yeah. So now, outside of porn, what are some of the things that you doing to brand yourself, to set yourself up to make money outside the business?
Oh, as my day job, I work as a freelance writer. Um,
Okay.
I've been working as a writer since 2002, so almost
Hmm.
20 years.
There's nothing
uh,
wrong with that.
yeah, definitely. And yeah, basically I write mostly articles.
Hmm.
I also write for businesses and nonprofits, and I also write for
Hmm.
people in the industry. So if
Okay.
anybody in the industry is looking for a writer, then contact me.
Okay. So being a writer now. Oh, this is what I wanted to ask. For the scenes that
Right.
you come up with, what is your inspiration? How do you come up with? What is your thought process when you come up with them?
Um. Basically, I basically like to have scenarios from like real life. Um.
Hmm.
Like I think one of the scenes we did was the yoga scene that
Hmm.
I like scenes like that. Something like you know could be in real life, but
Hmm.
then it turns into a porn scenario.
True. 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 So to you, it's like, which things you like doing best? The fetish, the role play, BDSM. Which things you like doing the best?
I like doing the role play scenes the best
And why is that?
because you get to play with like different characters and different scenarios.
Hmm.
Since I write fiction, so like I definitely like stories.
Hmm. Deep. See, a woman that has many layers, people. Do you understand
Yes,
that? A sex worker with
yes,
many layers. That we talking about right here.
yes.
So with that being said, all right, now moving forward, with the business, you had, like I said, the motorcycle. We talked about that. Talk about the misconceptions. Um, you make it a point to make yourself up when you do these shoots, to pick different outfits and stuff like that. How
Right.
important is the presentation of the look of you. Is it, how important is that compared to the actual action of the scene?
I think it's very important.
Okay.
Um, just like somebody who works in an office or works in a professional setting will wear certain outfits and if you're a
Mm-hmm.
woman, you're supposed to wear makeup and that sort of thing. I feel it's very important to present yourself in a professional way when you shoot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So basically, you're speak to being a sex symbol versus a thought, and which is better, and which makes more money.
I feel being a sex symbol is better, way better. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, I feel you know, just put emphasis on, you know, taking care of your appearance and
Mm-hmm.
just you know, carrying yourself in a very sexy but not trashy way. I think it's very important.
Yeah, yeah, because to me, the look and the image, the presentation is everything.
Yes.
Because I always talk shit about female be wearing bonnets in the scene, and to me, it's kind of like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get if you might do it in one or two scenes, but they do it a lot.
Right.
Um, Also, the other thing is, how often do you shoot?
I shoot at least once a month.
Okay.
I shot less because of COVID-19,
Mm-hmm.
but I try to shoot at least once or twice a month.
Okay. Mhm. And the reason why I asked that is because it seems that girls had to turn up the volume with content, putting out content more nowadays than they did in the past.
Right.
Can you speak to why that happened and and the difference between a couple years ago and now, and why that happened? Go ahead.
Well, I feel it's basically the OnlyFans mentality of, oh, I must come up with content constantly because oh, if I don't come out with content constantly, then I'm gonna lose my OnlyFans following.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely a difference between quantity and quality.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, I feel like if you put emphasis on quality, then that's gonna benefit you more in the long run than just coming up with random shit all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because to me, the if the quality does trump the quantity. Because
Yeah.
to me, if you put a quality product, you ain't got to put out as much as everybody else.
Right.
Speak more on it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's difference between these cheap clothes that they sell on these Chinese places websites, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and some quality dress or whatever that you may find in
Mm-hmm.
some more upscale boutique or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people would be able to afford that cheap Chinese clothes,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not something that they're going to be very fond of or be keep for the long run.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. Um, Now, being that you in New York, because I always talked about this, I want you to discuss this. Being in a place where there's a porn community and there's a lot of talent to work with, what's
Yes.
the advantages of having that versus being in an area where there's not much talent?
Oh.
And is the New York, and the other part of that is, how close is the New York community when it comes to porn? Go ahead.
Oh, I think it's definitely an advantage because less traveling, more opportunities, more people to talk to, more people to work with. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry,
No, it's all good, man.
yeah. And as for the New York community being close knit, I mean there definitely is drama and there's definitely like, people who don't get along with each other, but like in my
Mm.
personal experience, I think most of the people in New York are pretty supportive, actually.
Yeah, I see that between that and Atlanta. Jesus Christ, boy, y'all have a nice, you know what I'm saying, community of for porn,
Yeah,
period. And to me, I really dig that because I wish North Carolina had it, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but like I said, but um, and another thing I wanted to ask you too also was please speak to why us as adult film talent, why we do all the positions that we do in the scene, and why these scenes have to have a certain length.
Why we do the positions and why have a certain length? Like,
Yes.
yeah, because that's just part of the entertainment.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like people want to see, you doing like unusual like positions, like the reverse
Hmm.
cowgirl, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's part of entertainment. Just like
Hmm.
somebody who sings, like, they hit those high notes, and that's what people like.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Because people don't realize. No, because seriously, people don't realize we have to do all the positions because people don't want the normal bullshit. They want to see some real shit. They want to
Yeah, it's
see us real.
entertainment.
They want to see us fuck. They want to, hands down. These people getting
Yeah.
away with 6-minute videos. But it what they don't get is, and this is what I wanted you to speak on, the longevity. How do you create longevity in this business and how you was able to create your longevity so far?
Um. Yeah, I just say back to quality over quantity.
Hmm.
Um. I mean, basically, I've been a fan of porn since I was a teenager,
Hmm.
and like, I'm really part of. I'm really like, I really like, I really studied like this industry and been really part of it for a long time,
Hmm.
and I'm very grateful to be part of it, and I
Oh
want
yeah.
to create something that lasts.
Yeah. Yeah, because what's the point of making something ain't nobody gonna remember the next year?
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
definitely.
you
Now
definitely
go
want to
ahead.
have that. Yeah, you definitely want to have that scene that's still being watched on Pornhub like 20 years later. You
Hmm.
know?
No doubt, no doubt. So now, now we done with the interview. It was a damn good interview, Miss Lady.
Yeah,
I most
yeah,
definitely. So before you go, I got to do my closeout and everything, and I would love to bring you back for another episode so we can really
yeah,
talk about some real topics. You feel me?
definitely.
Most definitely. So life is a learning experience. What's the point of experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke that over. Thank you for coming through, Miss Rose.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Take care. Bye bye.